Happy Friday! You made it. And as I mentioned yesterday, this was a really big week. So I do think it's important that we spend an episode recapping before we head into the weekend. So Monday, we started with a little bit of an uncomfortable truth. Motivation is unreliable. It's an emotion, not a strategy, and emotions come and go. The people who perform consistently, who build something remarkable over time, are not the ones who always feel inspired. They're the ones who show up anyway. We drew the line between motivation, which is like a wave, and discipline, which is the tide. One of them is always coming. Only one of them can be your foundation. Then on Tuesday, we did the math. The 1% better every single day for a year equals 37 times better by the end of it. That is the compounding effect. Not dramatic leaps, not overnight transformations, more just the quiet, powerful, relentless accumulation of the small daily improvements. And we came back to something I've been saying on this podcast since the very first week. Doing a little bit every day adds up to a lot. So now you know why that is true, not just as a power statement, but as a mathematical fact. And then Wednesday, we got practical. We talked about habit stacking, attaching new habits to existing ones. So your routine does the hard work instead of your willpower. You can start really small because the goal in the beginning is the repetition and not the result. Thursday, we went to the deepest layer, which is identity. We listened about James Clear's insight that the most lasting behavior change doesn't start with what you want to achieve, your outcomes. It starts with who you decide to be. So every time you show up for your mindset practice, even for 30 seconds, even on the hard days, you're casting a vote for the identity of someone who just does this. And over time, those votes become who you are. So here's what I want to leave you with today. You are not who you want to be. You're not who you feel like being on your best days. You are who you show up as consistently and over time, in the small moments, the ones that nobody sees. So the competitor who becomes remarkable is not the one with the most talent or the most motivation or the most perfect circumstances. She's the one who decided quietly and privately that she was going to show up for herself every single day. And then she did. Not perfectly, just consistently. And over time, the compounding effect did what compounding always does. It achieves results. So that power is available to you right now, not with a dramatic overhaul or a perfect plan, just with 1% every day. So let's close this week with our power statement. I want you to use it daily, add it on top of an existing habit and take action to prove that it is true. So repeat after me. I strive for 1% improvement every day. Okay, one more time. and say it like it's a promise to yourself. I strive for 1% improvement every day. Now, next week, we're going to talk about some mindset traps, the patterns of thinking that can derail anyone, traps like victim mentality and comparison. It's going to be a powerful week, so cowgirl up and come back on Monday.